Good morning.
Good morning. I'm gonna wait another 4 minutes just to see how many people start sprinkling in.
You know, yesterday I had to switch to my telephone because I was going on the road.
Okay.
And I couldn't come back in because it said that you removed me. So I don't know if I did something wrong. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not sure. Sorry about that.
No problem. I just don't know what I missed. I hope I didn't miss anything.
Oh, I spoke the entire time. I don't
and,
even know what I say anymore, right?
and what you say is always so valuable, you know? So,
Thank you.
yeah.
All right, everybody's sprinkling in now. So I'm gonna give it until like 10:05 and I'll begin. Let me start getting my screens in order. Everybody's sprinkling in now. All right, good morning, everyone. For today, because I am showing systems, I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat as much as I normally do, because I really do want to concentrate on the screen. Let me see. So bear with me as I fix all the boxes from the Zoom on my screen. So I am not going to be paying attention to the chat. If you guys have any questions, just please unmute yourselves, or I think that there's a button here for you guys to like raise your hand or, you know, whatever it may be. But don't be afraid to interrupt me in parts. I'm not gonna do a regular class of MLS or Dotloop or KvCore or anything like that. I want to concentrate on the parts that are important or that we should be using, or maybe that you have questions for. Let me go ahead and grab my notebook so that, as you guys know, I like to write everything down. So if you guys ask me something that I should write, I want to have that handy. Beautiful. All right, before I begin with MLS matrix, does anybody want to learn something in particular that I should go over today?
I have a question.
Yes, Denise.
Okay, I used to take classes in the association,
Okay.
and then they had a teacher showed us how to arrange the search, which comes like very convenient. Like it shows the commission, it shows the like.
Arrange your columns.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, I can go over that. That's pretty simple.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else have anything in particular they want to go over today? All right, beautiful. So I'll begin there. I'll begin with a search. We all know RE1s, RE2s are single families. RINs are your residential incomes. That would be like your duplex, triplex, fourplex. Just what it says, lands, boats, and docks. Then you have your residential rentals, your lands for commercial, business, agriculture, industrial, your improved commercial, which would be like your already set up office spaces, warehouses, and so forth. Then you have your business opportunities. That would be like a hair salon or like a doctor's office or, you know, mechanic shop. And then my favorite button is the cross property, which that will show you not just what's for sale, but also rentals, or not just residential, but also commercial. You can do your open house search here. You can search for public records. So that's kind of like your tax rolls or IMAP. Here you have to search other MLSs. This means outside of Miami, but within Florida. You can search for agents, office, and more. For the sake of this training, I'm gonna go ahead and use cross property. Now, I'll do a few quick tips. Obviously, we know that the program is extremely literal and it does have these extra 3 zeros over here. So if I was to put 200,000, it's not going to show me anything that's 199,000. It's not going to show me anything that's 201,000. It is only going to show me properties that are 200,000. Okay, if I want to know what's around 200,000 and more, I would put the plus sign. 200,000 and less, I do the minus sign, and then between 200 and 300, I use the dash in between. Okay, let's say you have a client that's very finicky, only likes even numbers, you would separate those with a comma. Let's say that you have a client that goes to Zillow and it has a whole bunch of different MLS numbers. Okay, they can give you all those MLS numbers and you can separate those by comma. Okay, now this works all the way across. Total number of bedrooms, 2 plus, 2 minus, give me 1 second, between 2 and 4 bedrooms, you're gonna use that dash, okay? Between 2 and 4, you're gonna use that dash. And that works for full baths, half baths, garage spaces, parking spaces, even number of square foot, plus, minus, in between, okay? Same thing with year built. Let's say you guys are working with a complex building and that complex has more than one address. You guys can input here up to 10 addresses. Now, I have mentioned before, and I said it a few seconds ago, the program is extremely literal, okay? So when it comes to matrix MLS, less is definitely more. Let's say I am looking up an address that is 951 Brickell Avenue. Here's the problem. If the agent that inputted the listing put AVE and you're putting Avenue, spelling it all out, you're not going to see that listing, okay? If they are putting Avenue and you're putting AVE, you're not going to see that listing. So it is extremely important, you know, if you guys are using lane and they only put LN, you're not going to see that listing. So less is more. I know that this address is Brickell Avenue, but I'd rather leave it blank than, excuse me, I'd rather leave it blank and just put Brickell and get everything that it shows for Brickell and then kind of narrow it down later on, because I don't want to miss that one listing that I might be looking for, if that makes sense. So I never put streets and lanes and terrace or any of that, because I don't want to miss out on those listings that might be coming up. And if you have seen me do searches, 11762, I never even pick street direction. I'd much rather narrow it down in the results column than miss out that one listing. There's a lot of times that maybe the agent didn't put the street direction where he was supposed to, and he puts it as part of the street name. So I just rather not put the street direction and just go straight for that street name, okay? So I never put southwest, north, west, east, whatever it may be. I never put it on when I'm doing a search. I do like to use asterisks a lot. So for those, let's say that you guys have a client that's looking for a certain line in the building. Let's say they want a unit that ends in 01. I would go ahead and put asterisk 01. I'm pretty much asking the system, show me everything that comes before and ends in 01. Okay, so if I was to go ahead and look at the results right now, I'm gonna see every single unit that ends in 01. Let's go back. This also works, let's say if you have a client that wants to live in the second floor, you guys could do 2 and then asterisk, kind of like telling the system, hey, show me everything that starts with the number 2 and ends with whatever. This is really cool. However, even though they might have that second floor, they might also have 20, 21, 22, and so forth. So just be sure of what it is that you're searching for at the very beginning. See, like these are 204 to 11, but then you have that 2200 or that, 21880, whatever it may be. So just be sure of what it is that you're looking for when you're using that asterisk, okay? Another cool trick when it comes to the asterisks is that you guys can actually use it in remarks. So let's see. In remarks, you guys can use something like motivated seller. I'm gonna put motivated and then put the asterisk in the front and in the end, because I pretty much want the system to let me know if it finds this word, no matter where it is in the sentence, to show it to me. Makes sense? You guys can also add in here other additional fields. So let's say you guys want broker remarks. And there's a really cool one, right? I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna look for broker remarks down here. I can put down here bonus. Maybe there's a bonus if I bring them the client by a certain day, or if it closes by whenever. But here I can use the asterisk to find this word within that sentence. Again, the system is extremely literal. So if I was just to write bonus, it is only going to show it to me if it's at the very, very beginning of the sentence. It's not going to scan that whole sentence of what it's speaking in broker remarks. So make sure you use those asterisks when searching for certain words. Area numbers. Area numbers are a very cool one that used to be used a lot before, years prior. I don't see you guys using area as much as they used to before. If you want to know what those area numbers are, right here under your name, you you guys have a button that's called help. Second to last is your area maps. And then these are the ones for Miami-Dade. Before, the offices used to have either a huge printout of this, and you guys used to be able to search by the areas. Now the areas, as you guys can see, are extremely big. So you guys kind of like stopped searching by the area and started going more by addresses or using maps. But this is another cool way of searching for a certain location. Any questions? So far, so good. Again, I'm not paying so much attention to the chat for those who have been sprinkling in. I am, if you guys need to speak to me, I need you guys to unmute yourselves. Hi, good morning.
Yes. You know, when you show personal remarks, because for some reason I don't have that. Where did you go?
All right, so all these fields that you guys see under this
Add
box,
additional.
you guys have additional fields to add or remove. Now, I've been teaching Matrix for a very, very long time. So I can pretty much, know what the field that I'm looking into add may be. However, you guys can, let's remove all this junk that I had there. But I would go to broker and then find that broker remarks. I would go ahead and click on add and then back. And now it's the only field that I have down there because I removed all the other ones.
Okay, thank you.
It is actually also really cool, especially in the times that we're living right now. A lot of sellers are not accepting FHA, but you guys can go ahead, add and remove maybe terms considered, right? And you guys can go ahead and add in that FHA. That way you guys don't have to go from listing to listing, checking out what it is that's being asked or offered at the moment, okay? That's a really cool field to have on here as well. Let's see. I wanna clear my results, clear. All right. Let's see what else. On this side, hold on, I'm gonna mute you really quick. On this side where it goes active all the way to expired, if you guys don't have anything clicked, it is going to show you absolutely everything, okay? So if you click it, it will only show you what you have clicked on or selected. So let's say I want to see everything that has come out active in the last 7 days. I can go 0-7, or I can go ahead and use this calendar box here and pick that I want to see everything that's come out from the 1st to the 3rd. Or you guys can just enter in the address. Let's say you guys want to see what's happened in January, what new listings came up in January. So I'm going to go 01/01/2021, separate that with that dash, and then it's 01/31/2020. I mean 2021. Did I put 2021? And then that will show me everything that came up active in those 31 days, first month of the year. Okay. But again, we can just do 0-7. You guys can also do the same thing with closed sales. The minute you pick closed sales, it automatically does 0 to 180 days. So it automatically thinks that you're running comps for the last 6 months. But you guys can change those days and do 0 to 90 days or whatever it is that you guys want to go ahead and put in here. For the sake of this training, let's go ahead and see what came up active in the last 7 days. Miami-Dade County, I want to shorten this up, that it is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1/2 bath. See, I'm trying to make this list shorter, 500,000 and less. There you go. All right, so now Denise wanted to learn how to arrange columns. Now, for me, I like to have the status in front of my MLS numbers, right? So you guys see when you guys are above this gray line and you see those 4 arrows. So when you guys see those 4 arrows, you guys are able to kind of like drag and drop to wherever it is that you might want that column. In that same manner, when you guys see these 4 arrows, you guys can click down and you guys can either remove or insert columns. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this column and then right away it is gone. Let's say I wanna add a column. I'm gonna do the exact same thing. I see the 4 arrows, I'm gonna click down on it and I'm gonna go ahead and insert a column. So let's say commissions. Let's see. If it has a commission to buyer's agent, to non-rep, to transaction broker, I'm gonna add them all in. And then this will tell me exactly the commissions that are being offered.
What happens if you, by mistake, erase a column and you want it back?
You need to bring it back. So you see those 4 arrows, you bring it down and you insert the column. You just need to know the name of what that column may be and then just bring it back.
Okay.
It's not gone forever. You guys
You have a chance, whenever you have a chance, if you can go back to the map, how to get the map.
How to do what with the map?
How to find the map that you showed us before.
The area maps?
Yes, when you have a chance.
All right, so you see where your name is here. You're gonna go to the help button. And when you're in the help button, it is the second to last area maps.
Okay.
Which one it is that you wanna look for. I usually go Miami-Dade and that is your area map.
Okay.
All right, so let me go back.
Reina, I have a question as well. I was looking for a column called price per square foot. Is this something that we have or? It's...
Well, here's, there's different columns when it comes to price by square feet. I'm gonna explain to you why. Because as of right now, I'm only looking at active listings, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and insert a column. But for price per square feet, I need to put the listing price by square feet because it has not sold yet. Does that make sense?
Yes,
so that
makes sense. I was just wanted to compare, you know, based on average, if it's overpriced or not. That's why I was not able to find. Okay, now I see. Okay.
There would be listing price by square feet. This one would be sales price by
listing price.
By listed, yeah, this compares the sales price by the listing price. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply that, and that will give me the list price by square feet.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Now, on some of them, it doesn't do it. Usually with rentals, it might not do it. And the reason for that is, if I'm not mistaken, is because of the way that they did this half a month thing. I'm not entirely sure because the commissions shouldn't affect it. Hold on, let me go in there. Is oh, because they did it by the year and this it should be by the month. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
There you go. But that is pretty much how you guys can add and remove columns. You guys just really, sometimes in order for me to know the column that I'm looking for, I have to remember how it is in the, excuse me, I have to look to find out what the name might be in that either listing sheet or when I'm adding a criteria at the bottom of like my search page, I have to remember what it was called when a listing agent is inputting that that field when he's inputting a new listing. So, you know, if for some reason you don't know the name, go back to that either input sheet or play around with the add and edit buttons. Okay. Now, let's say that every time you go into that search engine that you're doing, see, like right now we're in cross property. You want to go ahead and view your columns this way. You have this little wheel button over here where that first link is pretty much saying, I want to set my columns this way. And every time I come and do a search in cross property, I want to see my columns this exact same way that I set it up. So that's one way to set up your columns to be viewed this way every single time. That second link is to reset them back to default settings. Okay. Now, let's say that you want to be able to view this display view, not just in cross property, but whenever you do a search, whether it's a rental, whether it's commercial, whatever it may be, you guys have this little notebook thing here where you guys can give it a new name and say training brokers, and then you guys can do save as a copy. Okay, and then over here in the display, you guys can pick whatever name you gave it. Okay, so in this instance, it would be training brokers, but there's been many times that I've done training, so I could be this training or whatever it may be, training in January. However it is that you want to name your display views, you guys can pick it over here, and you guys are able to check it out at any time. Any questions so far? Again, I'm not checking the chat, so if you have to talk to me, please do unmute yourselves and just kind of like interrupt me, okay? So far, so good? All right, awesome.
I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
There is sometimes I make searches. For example, a neighborhood shows up with the name that you see on the wall at the entrance of the neighborhood, and sometimes it shows up with a different name. If I don't know exactly the name of the neighborhood, it doesn't show up.
I'm gonna tell you guys. You guys have to remember that the people inputting this information are listing agents, okay? So if those listing agents spelled it wrong, you're not gonna see it. If those listing agents put in a different name, you're not gonna see it. So don't do searches when it comes to subdivision names or complex names or anything like that. What if that agent left it blank or put in a different name because they forgot or spelled it wrong? You're not gonna see it. Unfortunately, if you guys need to search for a certain neighborhood, instead of using the name, use the map. Put in here the one address that you guys might be looking into, or find an address that's inside the neighborhood, and then do kind of like this, like a quarter mile from that address or whatever it may be. Or use a folio number and break down that folio number. But when you guys are using subdivision names, complex names, neighborhood names, anything with names where that listing agent could have misspelled it, you're not gonna find those listings, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions in regards to kind of like searches?
Yes.
Talk to me.
When that person doesn't put in the neighbor and we just go, I guess, what, by the address or the area, if the listing agent doesn't put in the map area, will it still pick up? We will still see it?
What do you mean the map area?
I mean, if they don't put in the area number.
Area number
And I search by area number, would I get those listings?
Yes, because area numbers are a required field for listing agents. So okay. This is, I hate when you guys play with the add and edit button, just because that is, I'm sorry, let me see. Sorry about that. just because most of your liability when it comes to the board lies when you're inputting listings. So I don't like for you guys to play with this section, but I do want you guys to understand that. Let's go ahead and do a house. Lane. Revise. Why are we not? 1, 5, 4, 4, 7. Sorry, I literally had a very wrong address there. All right, so everything you guys search for is based on what a listing agent inputs, okay? So sometimes they auto-populate a lot of information, and sometimes not a lot of information gets auto-populated. Now, everything that's in yellow is required. Everything that's in white is not required, okay?
Okay.
So in order for you to be a good buyer's agent doing a good search, you have to know what the required fields are and what the white fields are. Because most agents do not fill out the white parts. They only fill out, it's like they're in a hurry, okay? They only want to fill out the yellow, get it over with, and activate that listing. So by searching by area number, you're gonna get it, because area is actually a required field. And believe it or not, area numbers are one of the things that that an agent can get in trouble for if it's incorrect, if they fill it out incorrect. The board is actually very good and on top of when you're putting in the wrong areas, okay? And so by area numbers, you're good. Now, I want to show you guys a really quick trick. So the area number is always, always, always in Miami-Dade County, the second set of numbers in a folio, okay? So over here, the area number would be 59. Where is 50? There you go. It would be 59. And this is for Miami-Dade County. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. What is going on here? Okay. Sorry about that. My ring went off and I was checking in front of my house to find out what was going on. All right. So your area number is always, always, always the second set of numbers in your folio. Now I want you guys to concentrate on something really quick. Your municipal code is always the first set of numbers in your folio in Miami-Dade County. So it would be 3030. Your township is the same as your area number. So your township would be 5959. Your section is always the third one, which would be 4. Your subdivision is your fourth set of number, and your parcel number is your last set of numbers. What does this mean? Your parcel number is the exact location of that property on top of that lot. So that parcel number is kind of like your house number. That is your property, okay? Your subdivision is your complex number, that community that this house is in. Your section is it's your subdivision. It's everything that surrounds your complex. Your township is the area, which you guys saw. So it's a bigger section of where this property is located, and your municipal code is obviously opens it up a lot bigger. So I am going to copy this folio so I can show you guys how to break down in a search. But here's what happens. I know that the subdivision name of this complex is White Surratt the Hammocks, right? But over here, legally, this auto-populated from the tax roll, and it says White Surratt Hammocks Homes SE. Let's say I, as a listing agent, say, oh, I don't want to show Homes SE, and I take that off, right? And I leave White Surratt the Hammocks. And now you're going in there and you're searching for White Surratt, and you forget hammocks. You're never going to find this listing because it's White Surratt the Hammock. So if you're searching by subdivision name, remember the program is extremely literal, right? So now this listing agent took out the Homes SE. So if you're not putting it in exactly as that tax roll is showing it, you are going to miss those listings, okay? Now over here, it didn't auto-populate development name. So if you're searching for development name and I leave it blank because it's not a required field for me, you're never gonna find that listing. Does that make sense? Let's say you're searching neighborhood, okay? And in neighborhood, you put Whiter and I leave it blank because it didn't auto-populate. You're never gonna find that listing. So you have to do searches thinking as, how did the listing agent fill it out? Yes, Natalia.
No, I got it. I got it. Thank you.
Oh, is that you unmuted? So I.
Oh, no, because I made that question. So thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Andreina, hello. It's very common when you are looking, so some clients say, I want to be in this complex name. And when you try to find the complex name, never come true because no one filled this section. And I say,
no one fills out the whites. I am telling you, you guys, if you guys are in this class today, I want you to learn something. Fill in the whites, because a lot of agents, most agents who are searching for buyers are not searching based on what the listing agent put. They're just searching based on their buyer's needs, okay? And there's a lot of white sections. When you go to general information, we have a lot of white sections, okay? And most of the listing agents, they come in, they input whatever it is in yellow, and they keep moving, and they do not care that there is so many white sections that were not filled out, okay? So please, when you guys are doing searches, think as the listing agent. How did the listing agent fill it in? And then that's how you're going to get it. There's so many times that you guys are telling me, oh no, but I gotta search based on 2 stories. Okay, well, what if that listing agent didn't put that it was 2 story? You're screwed. You're gonna miss a lot of listings. Or maybe you guys are searching for, I don't know, the schools are around. That is a white section. Okay, so most of the time, listing agents are not inputting what schools are there. I am sorry to break that down to you guys the way I just did. Now, remember that I copied this folio number. And I want to show you guys something. Let's say you guys have a folio number inside a neighborhood. So I'm going to go ahead and search for area 132s. You guys have a folio number. I know for a fact that this home is not for sale at the moment, right? This was my parents' old house that I closed down on in December. So I know for a fact that this house is not for sale. But I also did teach you guys that this is the parcel number, this is the neighborhood, this is everything that surrounds the neighborhood, this is my area number, and then this is my municipal code. So based on that, and the fact that I showed you how to use asterisks, you guys are now able to do searches with that folio number. So if I take out the parcel and I put the asterisk after that number 59, it should tell me the properties that might be for sale inside this neighborhood. And I see that there's nothing for sale currently right now in this neighborhood. I could tell you why. It's a hot seller's market. There is a single family home neighborhood, and there might be no inventory. So if your client says, I only want to live in this neighborhood, and you tell them, but there's nothing for sale, you now have the option of saying, but let's check the neighborhoods that surround it. And now you guys are able to take out that 59, which is what's inside that neighborhood. And now you got 11 matches. Now you guys are able to say, listen, there's nothing inside this neighborhood, but surrounding it, there's 11 properties for sale. You want to go ahead and check that out. And if you guys want to go ahead and give them more options, now remember the area numbers are extremely big spaces. So if I was to take out that number 4, I'm going to get at least 100 results. But at least you guys know that you guys are searching more or less in an area where this client might want to live at. Talk to me, Natalia.
Does that also apply? Do those numbers also apply for Broward?
No, Broward is different. And that's why, and I'm glad that you asked that. Every time I do this, I stress and I always say this works for Miami-Dade folio. This is how you do Miami-Dade.
That's why I'm asking, because I know you said only Miami. So
yes. So Broward is different because Broward, if you guys look at the area map, you guys go to the settings, help button, and you guys go to area maps. You guys have broken down Broward has in Hollywood, South Broward, North Broward, and Fort Lauderdale. Mm-hmm. And when you look at your area maps, there are 4 numbers instead of 2, like in Miami-Dade. And if you look at your folio numbers most of the time have letters in it. And I have not been able to figure out the breakdown for your Broward folios. I'm gonna get it one day though. I just haven't, to be honest with you, I haven't taken the time to actually learn how to break down Broward.
Okay.
Okay.
That's homework right now.
The what?
That's homework right now.
That's homework. It's been homework for a few years. And every time I want to learn, something happens, right? But most of my agents, I will say, like, obviously I work in Aventura right now. This is the first time I actually have an office in Broward, which we just opened up the office in Weston. Or reopens up the office in Weston. But for the most part of my real estate career, I've always worked with Miami-Dade. I've never really needed to learn Broward, I guess you can say. So I've been really lazy in learning it in a way.
Okay.
But I will say that this is the best. Give me 1 second so I can close them down. But this way of breaking down the folio number, if you're working with single family homes or something that's inside a complex, this is the best way to do a search without going through the whole neighborhood name and what's the complex name. I want to instill in you guys that the best way to help your buyers do a good search is by thinking, what did the listing agent input? Okay. And until you guys get really, really, really good at it, maybe you guys can also go into that help button and you guys have your data input forms. And let's say your RE1 single family homes. This is the input form of what the agents need to input in order to get a listing in. Excuse me. And if you guys see the ones with asterisk, those are the ones that are required fields. Anything that does not have an asterisk next to it is not required. So maybe you guys can like highlight, print this out and highlight it. And when you guys are doing searches, at least until you guys really learn your yellows and your whites, you guys can kind of like determine it this way. So you guys can start learning how to do really good searches. You have no idea how many of you guys use like neighborhood names, complex names, and not listing agent really does input that. As much as I love my listing agents, I do believe that they're just in a hurry to activate it. So you as a buyer's agent really need to do your due diligence and find out what those required fields are versus the white ones and start doing searches that way. Does that make sense? Any questions so far?
Andreina, so the arteries, it doesn't matter if you put only one or if you have to put front and back.
All right, so when it comes to the folio number, I am basically telling the system, show me everything that has this number in the front and ends in something, okay? I know for a fact that this property is not for sale. So I just want to know what comes after that, okay? Because I know that everything that's inside this complex will start with these numbers. So not just show me the ones that end that way.
If you know exactly the information, you put it with double arteries, and if you don't, you put it just at the end.
Look, when it comes to a folio number, there's no need for me to put a double asterisk.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna tell you why. I have a full folio number and all I care about is what it ends with. So I'm just gonna put that asterisk at the end, like show me everything that's coming after this. When I'm gonna use words, then I'm gonna go ahead and put the asterisk in the front and in the back. When I'm looking for unit numbers that say, you know, ending in 01, I'm gonna put that asterisk in the front because I just wanna know everything that ends with that 01. But the folio number, I'm gonna go ahead and put it at the end. Obviously you guys can break down the folio this way. And if you guys learn really what each one of these things mean, this is the same way as if I was gonna go municipal codes 30, township is 59, section is 04. You see what I mean? The parcel number is the last number. So it would be kind of like doing that type of breakdown. I don't know why that hasn't changed. I have the section in there, 04. I don't know why this number hasn't changed, but it would be kind of like doing a breakdown this way as well. For me, it's just easier to come in, put that folio number, put in that asterisk, if that makes sense. Any questions so far? All right, very cool. I want to go ahead and jump into hot sheets, which for me are essential for you guys in this business, especially if you guys are farming areas. Okay, does anybody know what a hot sheet is?
Sorry, Andreina, I have one more question about the previous information.
Okay.
If we don't know the folio number, where do we find it?
You're gonna need an address and go either into IMAP and search up that address or go into the tax roll.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Let's say I obviously know the address of this property because it used to belong to my parents. So if I go to Miami-Dade property search, I'm gonna go ahead and go into that property search page. Click on property search, put in that address. And right there is my folio number. I can open it up and that's my folio number, okay? And I would just copy paste it into Matrix. But obviously you need something, you need an address inside the neighborhood, you need something to kind of like guide you by. This also works great when it comes to townhomes. I live in an area of townhouses. 1762. 4 Southwest. I live in an area of townhomes, but where I live, it is townhouses, it is villas on this side, and it is houses. So if I was to go ahead and grab that folio number, I can do a very cool search about everything that is in that neighborhood. So I can see the townhouses, the villas, and the houses, you know, in that area. So you guys can use this folio number for many things. Obviously, if you guys are searching something that's inside a condo or a building, it is just easier to get that address of that building and search for it that way. The folio, I like it more when it's a complex, single family home, townhomes, and so forth. Okay, so far so good?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
Tell me, please, what is the difference between the search RE1 and gross property quick? Because I see it basically shows the same.
All right, so RE1s and RE2s are the sales of your those are your residential sales. Those are your single families and your condos. And cross property quick will show me not just what is being sold for, but also the rentals.
Okay.
Okay, now let's say you were also searching in cross property inside Brickell and you're using, Brickell zip codes. It's not just gonna show me residential, it's also gonna show me anything that's commercial in those areas. So it's gonna show me sales, rents, commercial and residential.
Do I have to mark that down or no, just leave the active?
What do you mean?
Like, it shows on the side the status, rental, pending. Do I have to mark them down, like put the check marks or?
Yeah, if you want to see what is pending, you would have to check mark it. If you want to see absolutely everything, just don't have any check marks. But if you want to see everything that's active and what has closed and what has rented, you have to use the check marks.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, cross property is an amazing button if you're working with investors, because if you guys are searching for a certain unit that you buy to then rent out, is not just going to show you what is being sold for, but also what he can rent it for. So with one search, you're gathering all the information that your investor is going to need. Okay. Any other questions in regards to this? Amazing. Now, hot sheets. Hot sheets are like my favorite button in the entire MLS. It helps you have educated, knowledgeable conversations, even with strangers, in regards to your farming area or certain buildings that you work in. Okay, so somewhere in your homepage, you're gonna have your hot sheets, right? Mine are right here up in center. Now yours might be somewhere else because you can drag and drop all these boxes, and you guys know that I've moved them around like crazy every time I do a class. Now,
can you please show where exactly these hot sheets, where did you click?
listen, mine is gonna be in a much different position as yours because I can drag and drop all these boxes, but somewhere in your home page, you might have a button that's called hot sheets, which is this one. And it's gonna have a whole bunch of things like this, only that I have already removed everything that the board gave me here. Okay, now with hot sheets, if you've never set up your hot sheets, I would go on customize. And you guys should remove absolutely everything that the board gave you. Delete them all. You're not going to use them. The board doesn't know what your hot sheets should be, has no idea what areas in Miami you're working. So just go ahead and delete all of them. One by one, just delete them all. Now, how do you set up hot sheets? You're going to go ahead and click on add. You're gonna say what type of hot sheet you want. You guys know that I love that cross property button, because not only do I wanna see everything that's coming out for sale, I wanna see the rentals as well, okay? And I'm gonna give it a name. For the sake of this training, I'm gonna go ahead and input the plaza again because it was there. And I'm gonna click on save. Now by giving it a name, the system has absolutely no idea where the plaza is located. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on edit criteria, okay? First thing I'm gonna do is that I wanna click on all these boxes. because I want to see everything in this building that's coming soon, everything that's brand new, anything that might have come back to the market, expired, sold, rented, and so forth, okay? And I'm gonna put the address of that one building. Again, I know that it's Brickell Avenue. I don't put Avenue because I might not see the listing and I wanna see them all. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as Brickell. And I'm gonna go ahead and click on save. I don't care about number of bedrooms. I don't care about anything else. I'm gonna explain why to you guys. Hot sheets are going to show me all of the movement that has occurred in this building for an X amount of period of time. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on save. I'm gonna click on done. And now my hot sheets for the plaza are set up. Now I have this button over here that's gonna, you know, I can pick how much time I want to see the movement, because the hot sheets are not going to show me absolutely everything that's active. It's only going to show me what might have come up active in the last 7 days or 3 days or just today or in the last 24 hours, or I can custom. When I click on custom, it is only going to allow me 30 days because your hot sheets are not meant to show you everything. That is what your searches are made for. Your hot sheets is just to show you the movement of a building or an area in X amount of time, okay? So for the search, for the sake of this training, in the last 7 days at the plaza, this is what has occurred. It has had 1 new listing, 2 have had price decreases, 2 have had price increases, 1 has closed at sale, and this listing has had contracts on them, right? So let's say I am at Starbucks, okay, and I meet a stranger and I tell them I am the specialist of Brickell, and they tell me, oh yeah, you're the specialist of realtor, that is of Brickell, that is awesome. Can you please tell me what has occurred at the plaza? Most of you guys today would say, oh, let me get your phone number and your name, and I'm gonna go to my office and I'm gonna check out what's going on at the plaza, and I'll give you a call and let you know. Well, when you do this one search, or when you set up your hot sheets for all the buildings in the area that you guys are working, you no longer have to go to your office and do those searches and show this person that you're not the specialist of Brickell, because if you would be the specialist, you would know. Right away, you can tell that person, did you know that at the plaza, there has been in the last 7 days, 1 new listing that was for rent? 2 have had price decreases for sales? Did you know that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 listings got under contract for rental in the building, and 1 closed out and it was for sale? You guys can have educated conversations with strangers by having your hot sheet set up and just checking them out. Maybe once a week, you guys can let a stranger know the movement of that one building or of that one area. And that is the fastest way to know what's going on in your farming area without ever stepping foot inside this building or inside that farming area that you guys are doing. Any questions? All right, awesome. Now it is 11 in the morning and I didn't want to just stick with the MLS the entire time. So do you guys have anything in particular that you guys want to do on the MLS? One last thing for the MLS that you guys want to go ahead and do before I switch over to a different platform? All right, amazing. So far, we're good. Again, I'm not monitoring the chat. So if you guys have any questions, please do interrupt me, okay? All right, so what platform do you guys want me to switch over to now? Dotloop or KvCore?
KvCore.
KvCore. All right. Let's go to KvCore. Now, guys, give me just 2 minutes. I want to grab water because my throat's getting really dry. While the system starts popping up, give me 2 minutes. I'm going to grab water and I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Sorry about that. I just needed to grab water really quick. Since you guys like for me to speak so much, I'm like dying. All right, so KvCore, Maisa, since you asked for KvCore, is there anything in particular that you want me to go over today?
Yes, for example, I yet have my database of clients, but I didn't update it on the KvCore. And for example, I can do search and do auto email on KvCore.
Yes.
Okay. I think I have one client. He's having a KvCore. For example, I try to post on Facebook from KvCore, and I have organic client that they fill up the information, but they didn't put it the phone number. How I can reach this kind of client that they don't share the phone number?
All right, so if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that KvCore, hold on, that's something. All right, so listings. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to see something really quick. Let me answer a question that Claudia has. And then I want to, give me one. Hold on. All right, sorry about that, guys. All right, sorry about that. All right, so KvCore, let's say you wanted to go ahead and advertise this one property on your Facebook page, right? Open up. Let me go ahead and log out. Actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and log out so the system doesn't recognize me. All right, so now I'm on the website and it has no idea who it is. If I was to start clicking, if I was to go ahead and start clicking on properties, it only asks for my email, or it asks me to log in through my Facebook or through my Google. So if my Facebook or my Google don't have my phone numbers, the system doesn't ask for it. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Right.
yes. And we have any other like option to get the phone number? Because let's see that I get like a 10 and I only have 2 with phone number.
Let's say I want to go ahead and continue with my Facebook page. Enter cell use 786. All right, so let's say I log in with my Facebook, right? I would have to go into my profile page to do what? Save search name, email frequency, saved searches, total unsubscribes, stop listing alerts. So it doesn't even, It's not like I have like a real profile where I can enter my information as your client, you know, and put like my first name and last name or anything like that. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because
And can you go through your, because I think you log in like a client. Can you go like in your website, in Andreina website, and see what is going on with the client?
And can I go in and so I'm gonna go into my smart CRM. And I don't come in as a private anymore because I've logged in these two have inputted. Let me see if it has me on my Facebook. All right, so it's most likely going to be that top one.
For example, in my case, I receive a text message like you have a new lead. But when I don't see the phone number, I say I send an email, but how I can reach the people if they don't answer if they don't put it the phone number. Sometimes I know that people go to the MLS listings only for in Spanish we have to say for chismosear.
Yeah,
Yes, maybe they don't are like a lead. But I cannot reach them only with email. Sometimes my email goes to the junk email. It's not like a lead.
So when you open up their name, all they have is just an email and that's it?
Yes.
See, we would have to, that's something I'm gonna have to do separate. I'm gonna write to KvCore and find out if there's any way that it can ask for their phone numbers. And I'm gonna tell you why I think maybe they don't ask for the phone number, because they cannot track them online with the phone number, but they can track them online with their email, if that makes sense. But I'll find out for you if there's any way to set it up so they can log in and input their information. Because even as I am here, if I go into Andreina, see, it doesn't give me an option of making like a profile for me. It's just pretty much like what it is that I am searching for, and that's it.
Yes, I don't know. I want to look in my KvCore, and you can see like I have organic leads without any phone number. Sometimes, and I would like to know if they are leads they will receive something like, or I have to add to them or any campaign or something.
Or, well, you would have to add a campaign for them. See, when you open them up, if you guys go to like me, Andreina, right? You guys have the option here of doing search alerts. Let's say you know the area that that person's looking, you can activate an alert so that these are kind of like your auto sent emails. And then you guys have your campaigns. You guys can add and activate your campaigns, add and activate your market reports or seller reports, or catalog them with hashtags. I like hashtags to be cataloged like hashtag past rental client or hashtag buyer, hashtag referral, hashtag family, whatever they might be. I like to kind of like catalog them that way. But when it comes to campaigns, you do have to activate the campaigns for them. And to see what type of campaigns there is, or to create new campaigns, you would go to marketing on autopilot and go and start a campaign. Now, when you are in the campaign, there's the campaign library, and these are all the campaigns that have been created. There's 1 out of 20. Let's say you were to meet someone at an open house. And you go in and input that person into your smart CRM, and you want to activate this one campaign for them. This is what the campaign does. So 4 hours after you input this client into your KvCore, the system will send a text message from the agent to the contact. And this is what that text message says. Hi, so-and-so, this is so-and-so here. It was great meeting you, blah, 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 blah. The very next day after the open house, the system will send an email from the agent to the contact. And then this is what the email says. Hello, so-and-so, yada, 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 yada. Then on the very next day, the system will remind the agent that he needs to call, you know, that client. Obviously there's no preview because there's no preview of that, of what that phone call should entail. You should know. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. There you go. All right, so, but this is pretty much what this campaign is gonna do for up to 120 days. So if you guys can see, it skips from day 25 to day 30 to day 45 to day 60 to day 90 to day 120th. So as you guys can see, it might not be an everyday basis, but it does contact this lead that you met at an open house with a sales mindset to capture this client. Now, let's say this client tells you, hey, Maisa, please stop contacting me. You still have to go back into your CRM and cancel this campaign that you might have running on that client. So let's say I'm gonna go ahead and add the campaign. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the one for open house. I'm gonna add it, right? So right now it's activated. And if this person tells me, hey, you know what, I want to start working with you, or please stop contacting me, you guys can go over here and then either pause the campaign, remove it, or like it said there, start it. Now, every single time that you start or stop a campaign, the system catalogs it. See, like we had added that campaign at 11:15, and then we removed the campaign at 11:15, but it catalogs the day and the time that it starts and stops any campaign. Yes.
Okay. No, that is funny because no one will tell you that. They will remove or put it on junk. For example, in MLS, I received like someone deactivate your auto email, like I don't want to receive anymore. No one tell you, like I removed the campaign. One person told me, please, I don't want to receive more email. I just buy it. And I say, yes, he is right, because if he will receive more, he will say, oh my God, this is better than I choose. And for this reason, I remove him. But no one tell you. Only this one, because he buy with me. But the other ones say, you receive like they deactivate the campaign. For example, in my case, no? But someone are polite and they say, please remove the campaign.
You know,
But
it happens. It happens. Now, obviously, this has so many more campaigns than just, you know, the one for open house. But what's really cool about the campaigns is that you guys can also create your own. Like if I were you guys, I would create campaigns. I would be sitting there and maybe create campaigns, maybe for your old rental clients, so they can start, you know, getting something, or the system can remind you guys for every 3 months that you guys need to contact your past rental clients. I mean, you guys can do so much with this. Obviously, they're all in English. So if you are more of a Spanish speaker and your clients are more of Spanish speaker, then obviously you guys need to recreate the campaigns into Spanish, because we don't have them in Spanish. But you guys have the ability of going ahead and creating your own campaigns. You guys also have the ability of checking out the templates that are inside every campaign, even for the birthdays and anniversaries and all that stuff. And you guys can clone it, edit it, or create new templates and add them into campaigns. But you guys have, you know, for the emails, the text messages, you know, your tasks, when you want the system to remind you to call and so forth. Okay. Another cool feature that this thing has, which I speak to you guys about doing on an every time we speak, are your mass emails, scheduling your mass emails. Now, when you schedule your mass emails, you guys should, on January 1st, you guys should either do monthly holiday mass email campaigns, or you guys should have set up your holidays for the entire year, because you guys can open up a calendar and see exactly what day what is, and you guys should have already scheduled your Valentine's Day, your Christmases, your Easters, your whatever it is, whatever holiday it is that you guys go ahead and send out mass emails, Mother's Day, Father's Day, you guys can set them up. You know, don't be afraid to, or not afraid, I guess the word is more like, don't not use the resources you guys have at your fingertips. You know, so many people pay hundreds of dollars for MailChimp. Over here, you have your mass emails at absolutely no cost. And you guys can schedule anything out straight from here. You guys can schedule an email. I love the advanced editor, because you can drag and drop what you guys want to add in here. Let's say I want to go ahead and, you know, drag and drop a picture, and then I want to go ahead and have text right under that picture, and my social buttons at the bottom of the page. I'm going to have a divider in between, but you guys can really do a very cool design straight from here. And we are giving you guys content to add into your systems, you know, into your social media. We're giving you guys the holidays. We are providing to you market reports. Your market reports should be a mass email on a monthly basis on different areas, not just for your social media purposes. You guys should also be sending those out by email. Any type of you know, content that you guys create for your clients, that should be mass emails, not just social media. So many times your social media, maybe your algorithm is not pushing you to be seen And through that email, maybe your clients are receiving your emails and will open it up. I'm a huge fan of also using WhatsApp and sending out things through WhatsApp to you guys. So just use the resources you guys have. I think that, you know, this for me is essential. It's such a smart tool for you guys to have at your fingertips. Besides your mass emails, you guys have also your birthdays and anniversaries that this automatically sends out. If on your CRM, you guys have your clients' birthdays or anniversary dates of moving, this will automatically send happy birthday email, happy birthday text, and you guys can change the templates that, you know, it currently has. So if you were to create a new template for this, you guys can change it all over here. Okay. Any questions so far? Now, for me, the most important thing that you guys should be doing for lead generation is to go straight into your listings and make sure that you do have your filters applied to my agency, because we're the only ones that are giving you permission to advertise our listings. And let's say you guys wanted to go ahead and advertise this very top one. You guys are able to open it up. You guys can send it via email, or you guys have these 3 great little buttons right next to it. And when you guys open up those 3 buttons, you guys can actually post to Facebook, post to Twitter, post to Pinterest, post to Craigslist. So if I was to go ahead and post to my Facebook, you know, I have my Facebook with my KvCore synced, so it automatically opens up as a post. Notice how it sends that client right back to my website, andreinamonserrate.brokersllc.com. So it does send that client right back to that website address, which is the one where they are going to, where my website is going to ask them for their information if they want to browse more than 2 properties. And, you know, it captures their information and into KvCore, which is what Maisa is saying, that is not capturing their phone number. But you guys are able to go ahead and put it on your news feed or put it into a story. Okay. You guys can actually, yes.
Well, I don't know if you are going to say that, but I try to always put it the overview and after put it my information, because if they are interested, he will contact me. Like two options to contact me for the website, and I put it my phone number in this description.
You can put your phone number in that description, or you can put a little bit more information about you in there. But I want you guys to know something. You guys are able to put it in your friends' timelines. You guys are able to share it in a group. So let's say you're in a group for your community, or maybe you're in a group, you know, workout group, or maybe you guys are in a group of like moms or whatever it may be. You guys can share it in a group. You guys can share it to the page you manage. That would be your business page. Or you can send it via a private message if you know that you have somebody in your Facebook that's looking for certain properties. You guys can share it in a private message. So that's another very, very cool way for you. You guys are not only able to share it in your news feed or your story. You guys can do so much more with that post. Okay. Any questions so far? Amazing. So why is that to me one of the most important features? Because from there, you guys can generate leads straight from your Facebook page. Okay. Now, if you guys did want to go ahead and invest in Google ads and Facebook ads straight from KvCore, you have what is called here in the marketplace. And you guys are, I don't know what the cost is, because the cost is directly with KvCore, but you guys are able to do Google pay-per-click ads, Facebook ads. You guys can click on learn more. It does tell you that they're about $10 to $20 per contact. You know, it gives you more information. Here's a little video about it. And you guys can go ahead and take advantage of, you know, these two features. You guys are also able to go into Core Property Boost. I had heard an agent say previously that when you do the Core Property Boost, it, you know, it goes to, you know, certain websites. This one, the leads are between $3 and $6, so this one's cheaper than the Google Ads one. But it says, you know, constant communication for Facebook ads, whatever it may be. But you guys can go ahead and check that out as well. I mean, play with the system and see, you know, see what else they have in here. Let's say you guys have Constant Contact or MailChimp already. You guys are able to go ahead and sync your MailChimps and your Constant Contacts so that your contacts, you know, sync from one and the other one. You guys can, you know, sync your Google Sheets if you guys have your contacts in a Google Sheets. I know that I synced my Dotloop with my KvCore. You know, it says installed. So any transactions that are being done on Dotloop, since I am an admin account, I can see over here transactions. So if you were to sync your Dotloop to your KvCore, you would see your transactions. You wouldn't see, you know, the ones that I see, right?
I would like to do that. How I can do it?
So you go to Marketplace and find the Dotloop icon and go ahead and sync it. It has no additional cost for you to sync it. So I thought that was a very, very cool, a very cool feature it has.
Perfect. Thank you. I will try it.
You're welcome. Now, if you do have KvCore, you guys know that obviously you got a website from KvCore. And over here where it says web and IDX, you guys are able to edit some of the settings and add your, what's that called? Your, oh my God, your reviews that people leave you or testimonials. You guys are able to play with this a lot and change, you know, your site editor and, you know, your themes and all that, and, you know, play with the site contents and blogs and your widgets and all that stuff. So you guys are able to go ahead and do that through web and IDX. Any questions in regards to KvCore or anything that you guys want me to, you know, touch up on a little bit more? Anything at all, maybe? All right, so yesterday I heard that somebody wanted me to go ahead and touch up a little bit on Canva. Now, I'm not going to lie, I don't use Canva very much. And the reason why I don't use Canva very much is because I use a different system. I actually use, I use what's called, it's an app that's called Over. It's not on a browser. And I found it at the, you know, when I first started, you know, branding and marketing myself, I found it to be easier for me to use. So I started using, you know, that app Over. I pay for it on an annual basis. So that's what I decided to use back then. Now, for you guys, I thought that Canva was a very easy place where I can, you know, come in here and give you guys some stuff, right? I have to update this. I actually have to give you guys the ones for February. I have Valentine's Day and stuff already for you guys. So I started inputting in here holidays, as you guys can see. Happy New Year, animated Hanukkah, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Veterans Day. So we've kind of created some of the holidays. I have new holidays to add in here for you guys. But through the Brokers LLC, this is something that another agent made and shared it with, you know, the Brokers link. But you guys are able to come in and touch up on any of them. for me is a little bit different, I believe, because I'm able to just pick on any of them and go ahead and use them right away. For you guys, if I'm not mistaken, you guys open them up and you guys have to copy them, and you guys are able to add your logos. See, I don't want to touch these because I am the administrator for them. Let's see, all of my designs. Let's say I wanted this Christmas. I am able to, hold on, what am I able to do here? Again, I'm not that familiar. No, just put it in a folder and delete. I am not that familiar with Canva, but there you go, is what I was looking for. You guys are able to go through the 3 buttons and make a copy. And then when you guys make a copy, hold on, that's Merry Christmas. So I'm guessing it is copy of Merry Christmas. I would be able to open up that copy, and you guys are able to drop in here your logos. You guys can write in text. So let's say I want to go ahead and add text, effects, crop, flip. Again, I'm not that familiar with Canva as much as I should be, to be honest with you. But where is it? Text. I am able to go ahead and give a text. And you guys can go ahead and move this text somehow. You guys are able to switch it here. And there is a way, make it smaller. There you go. There's the 4 arrows I was looking for. And you guys can put your names right next to that broker's logo. You guys are unable to remove any of the things that we placed on the design, but you guys are able to add your logos and your names, or, you know, maybe you guys want to go ahead and write something. Give it a, hold on. Maybe you guys are able to say, you know, wishing you a very happy holiday season, you know, and make it smaller, make it bigger, however it may be. And when those 4 arrows at some point pop out from here, you guys are able to move it around and put it where you guys wanted. I obviously don't want it there. I want it over here. For some reason, those 4 arrows are not coming out for me like it did for the other one. But, you know, Canva is a great tool for you guys start to create content. If I was an agent, like you guys, I would go ahead and not just create all of your holidays like I'm doing. I would start creating marketing material in like, what are the steps of a sales transaction? What are the steps of a rental transaction? I would create content based on knowledge. Maybe create content. If I am working the Doral area, I would find out how many parks Doral has and then create content on all the parks in Doral with their addresses. It's kind of like, hey, did you know that Doral has this many parks? Or I would create content about what's the population in Doral, or how many, you know, the restaurants. I would start creating content based on my farming areas, and then create content to educate people about what the steps of a transaction are. I would also create content based on, you know, property values, or I was creating very cool things at one point about single family homes. I have it here. These were videos that I was creating. You know, these are the sales of single family homes, and I was creating these for you guys all of last year. But you guys can create some sort of the same type of content and start putting it out for your clients based on your farming areas, or, you know, zip codes that you guys are working, and then going from there. Any questions so far? Any comments? Now you
Hello,
guys.
Andreina.
Yes.
Good morning, Andreina and everyone. I just wanted to give you a tip. Here in Canva, up left, you have a search.
Yes, because I have to
write down. No. Yes. Here, write real estate. And then they appear all the templates that Canva have for properties, for social media messages. There's hundreds of templates ready to write down with your property or with your information. But you have to give enter. Please enter. Yeah. Okay, and look at the left and down. There's hundreds of templates ready for properties, ready for newsletters, ready for flyers, or whatever you want. But those are related with real estate only, okay? And are hundreds of templates to post a property in Instagram or LinkedIn or Facebook, etc. Or you can do your flyer here and then upload it to KvCore.
Correct.
As a picture, and you can put them in
your mass
for a newsletter or campaigns.
Yeah, not. I was gonna say that you can use your templates and create campaigns or do mass emails with it.
And if you look here, we have hundreds. Are beautiful for condos, for single family houses, communities, and there's a space to content, text, and you can change obviously the position of the pics. It's very easy. You click on the picture of any property, and then you erase it and upload the pictures you have of the property you want to promote. Okay, just wanted to give you the tip to get faster all the templates and all the choices for real estate.
All right, so
you wrote flyer, okay. But if you don't write flyer, you have more choices, okay? Hello?
Yes.
Okay, no, just wanted to share this with you, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing. So
okay.
There's a lot of flyers you guys can use.
A lot, and you can upload your pictures, your properties, or whatever you want to design here. Canva is a very, very powerful tool.
It's an amazing tool. I use an entirely different program that I found. It doesn't have a browser. I wish I could show it to you guys, but it's on my phone only. It's not for desktop. Now, you guys can also, besides the real estate flyers, you guys can also go ahead and put your holidays in here and create absolutely everything that you guys can find so that you guys can have not just your social media flyers, but also
that search window is the tunnel for get faster everything.
Now, Canva also allows you to make videos. I liked the fact that if for those of you guys that are creating videos of yourself first, if you're not creating videos of yourself, you should start. Video is the thing right now, but create videos of yourself. You guys can pop them up in here in Canva and add in your logos. You guys know that I am a huge believer that you guys should have your own branding of yourself, just as long as you're following the NAR rules, meaning wherever it is that you're putting your logos, you guys should have the logo of brokers or the company that you're with. But you know, I am a huge believer that you guys should have your own logos. You guys should be, you know, registered in Google, registered in Yelp. You guys should have your bios. You guys should really put yourselves out there as if you guys are your own brand and your own marketing, and just make sure you follow our rules. I am a huge believer of this. I believe that if I was to use an accountant or an attorney, the first thing I would do is Google them. And if I don't find them in Google, I most likely won't use them. And that is the same thing as a realtor. And I understand that some of you guys might not see you guys in the level as an accountant or an attorney, but you guys have licenses just like them. I put you guys in that category. You guys facilitate the biggest sale and the biggest investment for human beings out there. Okay, large purchase, the largest purchase for some people. So I do put you guys there in that same category as an accountant and as an attorney. So definitely go out there and brand yourselves and make sure that you guys have your own logos and your bios are on point. And even if you don't have that much, you know, that many years in real estate, you guys can say, I have been a part of X community for X amount of years. You know, I'm not you know, I haven't been in real estate for very long. I've only been in this industry about 5-6 years, but I've lived in Miami for, you know, 30 years. So that would be, you know, the experience that I have in our community. So if you guys don't want to say, hey, I got my license, you know, just a few months ago or less than 2 years ago, you guys can put in your bios the amount of years you guys have lived in that community that you guys are working in. Any questions so far? Any comments? No, are we good? Now, in regards to systems, do you guys want me to go over Dotloop a little bit? Does anybody have any questions in regards to Dotloop as a system?
Yes, I do, Adrienne. Just can you just go over the basics?
Go over the basics of Dotloop. All right, so Dotloop. I want you guys to think of Dotloop kind of like a cabinet where you keep all of your files in it, okay? Now in this cabinet, you guys, like I said, you guys are going to add your files. So once you're in Dotloop, some of you might already have loops. Maybe some of you guys don't have any loops at all. Now to begin, well, before I even start with the loop, I guess I want to show you guys one of the most important things for me in Dotloop is this button here that's called templates. Now in templates, I want you guys to notice that we have brokers, LLC bank account, your W-9s, kind of like your important legal documents of the company are in here. So you have your W-9, your bank instructions. These would be like for your rentals or when receiving commissions. This is a broker's title and escrow instructions, bank instructions for wires, and then our broker's LLC license number. Okay. The next folder that we have created is your broker's LLC master folder. In this folder, you're going to have all those documents that we've created for you, like your sales and rental checklist, rental application, renter's questionnaire, your info sheets, your security deposit deduction letters, your walkthroughs, and so forth. Then I've created this other folder for you guys that's called your most used FARBAR forms. I've inputted obviously your HASIS, your addendums, your exclusive rights, and the contracts, your contract to lease, and your contracts for your rentals. Then we have your compliance fee disclosure for those of you guys who have your clients sign them. And we have your Florida interactive forms. These are your FARBAR forms and the forms from the Miami board. Okay. Now I do like showing you guys, you know, that button where templates is, so that you guys know that you guys can grab a document and print it or download it without having to open up a loop for it. A lot of you guys text and call Joseph on a very regular basis, like, hey, what is the bank instructions for Brokers LLC? Don't call us. We are, due to privacy on the bank account information, we are unable to share it with you by email, by phone number, by text, by WhatsApp, by any means. So we have placed it here in Dotloop, and we've placed it in the member site for you guys to have easy access to all those bank accounts and legal, you know, the W-9s that you guys might need. It's here on Dotloop. You guys can access it from your phone as well as a browser. Okay. Now to start a loop, I'm gonna go over this kind of quickly. I would go ahead and click on add loop, and loop names should always be your property address. Now, the reason why we like property address is because we don't know who, you know, Robert, whatever his last name may be, but all the information that we're going to need in regards to this file is going to circle around that property address. Okay, so let's say that we were working with 11754, no, 15447 Southwest 99th Lane. I want you guys to see something. It will automatically start grabbing Google Maps, okay? Now, if this one property would be on the MLS, let's say I'm a buyer's agent and there's a listing agent and that listing agent has it on the MLS, it would recognize that MLS number and you guys would be able to auto-populate the information from that listing straight into your documents here. For the sake of this, I know that this property is not on the MLS because we closed it out in December, but it grabs Google Maps. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on this address. If this would be my loop, I'm gonna click on continue. Now it's gonna ask me what type of template I wanna use. Now it is a listing loop, a buying loop, a listing lease loop, a leasing loop, meaning I am, you know, working with the tenant, and referral. Okay, I'm going to be creating one more template here, and that's going to be for your pre-constructions. Let's say that for the sake of this, I'm going to go ahead and work. I'm going to be a buying loop. I'm going to be working with the buyer. I'm going to go ahead and click on continue. I do not need any pictures at all, so you guys can just click on done. And then I'm going to click on view loop. When I open up, I want you guys to think of this as your file folder. Everything, every document that is going to be needed in order to close out this transaction needs to be in here. Now, we have done something really cool for you guys here as well. Over here is the way you're going to add in your documents, and we'll go over that in a minute. Over here, we've inputted some local service providers. Your escrow and title, obviously that's brokers, title, and escrow. For me, that is the best title company that we have, not just because they're part of brokers, but because the ladies are extremely knowledgeable and on point with their work. There's no one better out there that I have worked with when it comes to title. And we've put in here our trusted home inspector. Now, you guys are able to add in your own service providers and have them handy for when you guys are going to go ahead and add in a transaction. Now, I like showing you guys the bottom of the loop where it says tasks. I'm going to tell you why. The reason why it asked you guys what type of template we were working with, and I picked that I was working with buying loop, is because it automatically gives you the checklist of everything you're going to need in order for the transactions department to disperse your commission at the end of the transaction. So make sure that in your documents, you guys have absolutely everything that's in this list. So your MLS listing full agent view, go ahead and save it as a PDF and upload it into your Dotloop. And when you guys have it, just, you know, check mark it off. This is the best way for you guys to keep track of everything that we might ask you for and that we might need in order for us to disperse commissions at the end of that transaction. Now, how do you guys work with documents? The first way is your templates. This is what we saw at the very beginning. You guys can pick your Florida interactive forms. Let's say you guys need to add in here your has is residential for contract. I'm going to click on it and click on copy. Now, not only can you do one, you guys can check mark as is and then say, I want to go ahead and add the addendum to contract. I'm going to go ahead and click on it as well. I'm going to copy. It is going to automatically go ahead and add into my loop the two that I have selected. So if you guys were to select, you know, all of your riders and addendums, absolutely every document you guys are going to need, you guys can do it all at once. You guys don't have to do one at a time, okay? Another way to add a document is by browsing into your computer and picking a document that you guys may have in your computer and uploading it here. Okay, let's say I want to go ahead and upload this one. You guys are able to upload your document in here. Now, another cool feature that Dotloop has, which we might be having issues with because I heard the other day that somebody did not have the option for email. And if you don't have that option for email, let me know because I have contacted them and they're trying to fix it. Is let's say you have an email full of attached forms that need to go into your loop. You guys are able to copy this email address and forward that email that you guys have with all the attachments. You guys are able to forward it to this email address and it will upload here all of the attachments that were in that email. So that's another very cool feature. Now, I am not gonna go over, you know, absolutely everything here because we are running out of time today. Even though I'm very glad we spent so much time, as much time as we did on the MLS, but you guys are able to select all your people straight from this autofill section. So let's say that your buyer was Andreina. You guys can go ahead and click, you know, if you guys have had them already in here, you guys, I'm gonna add my people straight from here. That's my dad, he's the buyer. Let's say my mother was the seller. I'm gonna go ahead and add her as a person. I don't have my mother in here. All right, let's do something else. Yeah, I guess I don't have Guillermo either in here. All right, so let's say, let's have my mom. I'm gonna do loan at yahoo.com, and she is going to be the seller. I'm going to add her as a person, right? So over here in escrow and title, I want to add Margaret. Right away, she pops out because she's a person that might already be in the loop. I'm gonna go ahead and put financials, purchase price. We want to purchase this property for $500,000. And how much are we gonna give in escrow? Let's say I'm gonna put $15,000 in escrow. and closing on February 28th. This offer expires tomorrow. The property includes washer and dryer. And over here, I can copy and paste the legal description. I'm gonna go ahead and autofill. What's really cool is that it starts autofilling all of the people that I added into our loop. You know, automatically it inputs that address, but I have to put in the folio and that legal description because I didn't copy paste it before. Notice how I had put washer and dryer is included. It automatically puts it in there. You know, how much I'm buying it for, how much is my initial escrow, who's gonna be working, you know, how's my closing agent, the date. It starts auto-populating all the information that I inputted in that other sheet into here. And it automatically, notice how it automatically shows you that it knows where the initials are going to be and who they might belong to. They're already assigned, okay, to certain people in this loop. So when I'm done filling this out, I can just go ahead and click on save and share. When I click on save and share, it is going to ask me, what would you like Antonieta to do? Can she sign? Can she sign and fill? Can edit in private? When it comes to your clients, okay, put them as they can sign only. Okay, don't have them editing any of your contracts. Just have them with can sign, and that's it. Okay. Once you share it, it sends them the email, and they will be able to sign those documents. Okay. So far, so good. Any questions? Any questions? All right. So you guys are also able, I uploaded this one document. Obviously, you guys don't need, you know, your if you guys were to use a status change and you guys need to add a signature in here, you guys are able to add any other signature for anybody, and you guys can assign fields of who needs to sign this. Let's say I needed to sign this. You know, you guys can add signatures. You guys can add initials as well. And you guys are able to add check boxes and strike throughs. Okay. So far, so good. All right. And you guys click on save. You guys can, again, save, share, and have people sign directly from here. The system is live, so as soon as your clients sign, you can view those signatures right away. You guys can also click on all the documents, and you guys are able to share them directly from here with the listing agents or buying agents or whoever you guys need to share them. You guys don't have to download them and upload them into an email. You guys can share everything directly from here. Now, let's say all of your documents we're ready. Let's say everything you need in order to close out a transaction is up here in Dotloop. You guys have a coupon over here that's called submit for review. And this submit for review, there's a buying. This will send all of your documents and info to Joseph, okay, for him to be able to review your documents and disperse commissions. You guys can write in here a nice note. Hi, this file closed yesterday. Commission checks were sent to office via mail. This way, Joseph can be on the lookout for them, and as soon as he receives them, he knows that this loop is ready to be paid out, okay? But you guys, the minute you guys press submit, he gets notified. We all get notified, but Joseph is the one that checks out all of your loops and pays commissions. Now, if something would be missing on your list, he would let you know and sends back the file to you. Now, we do ask you guys for one thing. Let's say that this document is not part of the loop. Let's say it's missing signatures. Maybe you guys used another one. Please do us a favor. click on it, archive it, and make sure he doesn't see it so that he doesn't have all of the fluffed contracts and documents that are not part of the loop for him to review. Make sure that whatever you guys sent him to review and whatever is seen here, not is everything that's fully executed that's going to be part of that disbursement document. Okay, if there's extra fluff of documents, please make sure that you guys archive them. Okay, if for any reason you guys archived something that you guys shouldn't, you guys are always able to go ahead and click on here, and there is a button somewhere that's called on archive or something like that. Hold on archive, there you go, and it brings it right back. But if you guys have any documents that should be archived, please archive them. It would save so much time to Joseph and his team from going paper to paper if it doesn't need to be in there. Okay, any questions? I think with that, we are pretty much done for today. It is 12 o'clock. Tomorrow is going to be an amazing, exciting day. So I do invite everybody for tomorrow, again, 10 o'clock, 10 to 12. I know it's been an intense, week because we've been, together all week. But if you guys need, absolutely anything from me after classes, you guys are always able to text me, call me, and reach out to me. Okay, if you guys have no more questions, I do wish you guys a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And I hope that today was as amazing and as informative as the last 2 days have been.
Thanks, Adriana.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, Adriana. Thank you very much. See you.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye.